Wir stehen jetzt hier im Kunstpark in München und bei mir sind Blake und Anthony von Metro Station. Wir mussten uns jetzt leider hier hinter der Halle verstecken vor den ganzen Fans. Die lauern nämlich schon fleißig auf euch. Hello, nice to meet you.
Hello.
So, you're right now touring through Europe. Have you been here before, any time?
We've been in Europe. This is our first time. Well, this is my first time in Germany. They did the rest of the band did like a press tour that I couldn't make it to, but this is my first time.
Okay, so you like it here?
So far, we just got here like 3 hours ago. We haven't really gone out yet, but yeah, people are great. You know, I like it.
Mm-hmm. One of our listeners, she's got a question. Her name is Pauline, and she wants to know Metro Station. Why this name? How did you come to this name? Do you like metro stations that much, or how did it come?
It was funny because it's really just that Mason was driving around in Hollywood and saw a sign for a metro and thought that'd be a cool name for a band. And when I heard it, I thought, yeah, why not? It sounds cool. And we found out nobody had it yet, so we used it. No deep meaning.
Not really.
No.
Yeah. Tell me more about you. How would you describe your music? What is it?
Well, I mean, we call it synth pop, but when the band first started, I know Trace and Blake and Mason, they were listening to the band The Postal Service. So, you know, it came from that, and then it kind of morphed because Blake listens to a lot, and I listen to a lot of like Depeche Mode, New Order, so that's where the big 80s influence comes in. So it's synth pop is what we call it.
Pardon? Synth
pop is what we call the music that we write.
Would you describe your music as rebellious?
Maybe a little bit. Probably for teenagers, because a lot of our audience is teenagers. A lot of it's like really, well, it's all fun and youthful, but also really sexual, so yeah.
So would you describe yourself as rebellious?
Yeah, I guess in our own way. I mean, you know, when Mason and Trace were, like 17 when they were writing the record with you? Because the three guys wrote the record before I joined the band. I joined the band when 6 months after they were together. But, you know, they were just writing about what teenagers are going through. Love, loss, girls, you know, heartbreak. So I think that's why fans connect with it, you know, because they're just honest, you know.
And how did you find together as a band? You just said you joined the band 6 months after. How did it come? Especially you four found together?
Trace and Mason met through their parents, who like introduced them and thought that they would like each other, and they were both doing music, so it worked out, and they started writing songs together. And Trace just happened to find me on MySpace, just through another band I was in, and asked me if I wanted to work with them. So we did a song called 17 Forever together, and then once we started playing shows, we realized we should get a drummer. So then we found Anthony through a different friend, and then that's when we became Metro Station.
Tell me more about 17 Forever.
More about it? I mean, it was just kind of like, I don't know, Trace Mason and I were all trying to get together for maybe a couple months, and every time we got together, it never worked. And then I wrote that song 17 Forever, which is really about trying to get with a girl who's too young for you. And I don't know, and then it just blew up on MySpace, like kids really got into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that, you know, it just got huge. It was like top 10 on the unsigned charts, and that's how I found out about him, you know. So like the internet plays a big part in our like success too.
Mm-hmm. Usually bands like you have only one lead singer, but you have two of them. Yep. How come?
I think it just worked out that way, you know. You know, Trace does a lot of the verses, Mason does a lot of the choruses, and it's just one of those things that like we didn't really plan, but it just organically worked out that way.
Are there some moments where there are more rivals, or?
I don't think so. I think, you know, everyone knows their place. You know, everyone knows what their strengths and weaknesses are. So it's actually pretty, pretty even. You know, no fights about that or anything.
So you get well together.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to music, we actually don't fight. The only time we fight is like brothers. You know, when we're this close for 10 months straight. So.
Okay, if you play soccer and one is better than the other, probably.
Oh, yeah, just normal brotherly fights. But when we're doing music, that's actually when we're working really well.
Okay, so do you have any music idols, people which inspired you?
A lot of 80s synth pop, like Depeche Mode, New Order, and OMD. And I don't know, really, I just like anyone that makes a good song I like, so.
What about the king of pop, Michael Jackson? He just died last week. Did he influence you in any way in your kind of music?
A little bit. I mean, I listen to him. all the way back to like Jackson 5 days. So that was really good pop music. So yeah, I think everyone pretty much influences. He's influenced like every musician, I think.
So he did affect you in your kind of music.
Yeah.
Okay. What about your positions in the band? I mean, Trace is more the rebel, I would say, with all these tattoos. What about the other ones of you? Do you play special roles or special positions in the band?
I think like I'm more, I do a lot of the design in the band because I went to art school for that. So like all of our MySpace and everything, I do our MySpace and a lot of like some shirt design, some posters and stuff. That's kind of like my role, About you, Blake?
Yeah, I'm like a producer, I guess. Put all this stuff together when we're recording. And then Mason is like the voice. He's got an amazing voice, one of the best singers, I think. And then Trace is like kind of like a star, like a charismatic. People are drawn to him. So, star type.
The girly type.
Yeah, girls love Trace.
You're jealous?
No, I mean I know I'm good being like the smart and good-looking one, and he's
okay.
just the one with the tattoos, I think.
And you're the smart and good-looking.
Yeah, that's
all right.
Trace is a heartthrob. He's the heartthrob.
And you?
I'm the cute, quiet one. There you go.
So for every girl, the right man in your band.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one for everyone.
Wonderful.
Mason's the funny guy. Always, cracking jokes and everything. Very bubbly. So.
And you're the deeper-hearted.
Yeah, I'm just on my computer all day. And Blake.
Mm-hmm.